the City of Angels is black and gold. You are listening to the Heart of LAFC podcast. And now, Joseph Zacher.
Greetings, Los Angeles. Welcome to episode 186 of the Heart of LAFC podcast. This is our Midwest episode, you could say. I'm out here in beautiful Omaha, Nebraska. Ox is joining us from Wichita. Welcome back, Ox. You're on the show, man. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. You know, I'm glad to be on here. Pretty good.
Dude, we're happy to be on, man. I mean, it was only appropriate, man. I'm all the way out here. We got to have my brother come on. So, yeah, for sure. We're honored, man. And then Jason is on with us. He luckily had the night off. So, Jason, welcome back, sir.
Nice to be back. I'm on vacation for 2 weeks. So, I know you text me like around, I forgot what time it was. Hey, can you be on? Cool. I'm like, yeah, I'm on vacation. So for 2 weeks. So just kind of chilling at home, just taking my daughters out a few places these next 2 weeks. But yeah, I'm free. I'm usually working right now. So happy to be on.
I mean, it's tradition. We're breaking tradition if you didn't come on. So yeah. There was no way I wasn't going to have you come down. And we'll talk about vinyl and all the loveliness of that, because I know the album's going to be another amazing choice. So yeah, I couldn't have you miss. I was like, wait, this just doesn't sit right with me. So yeah, you're back. Tradition is kept, protected, and we move forward, of course. Now, basically, guys, like I said, it's a little bit of a different vibe. I'm out here visiting family in Nebraska. Then I'm going to make the drive back home after basically doing a Route 66 and National Park run. And Rocky Mountain National Park will be next. So on my way back, if everything works out, I will be at the game on Saturday in my section, like I always do, supporting my club after a crazy kind of cannonball run-esque drive back home, just to be there to be with all of you guys again. And of course, this episode we're going to call Back in the Saddle, because we're all getting back in the saddle. We're all getting back home. All of us are welcome back in the North End, in the stadium. The family is reunited. That is why, I had to come on before this game. We didn't want to skip it because this is a momentous occasion for us. A lot earned, a lot lost, but we're here and we're going to have a full house. And it's everything that we've been dreaming of having back again. That one more step forward, the biggest step forward. The bank will be loud again, be alive again, the way it was supposed to be. So kudos to everybody who's got their shots, who's doing what they had to do, protecting themselves, wearing the mask, putting up with all the crazy protocols in the games leading up to this. It's because of your effort that we're now in this situation where we're going to be together again. So thank you, LAFC faithful, for what you've done to get there. Thank you to everyone involved to get basically across the line here. So, yeah, game on. Now, it is interesting. We've got to play against the Houston Dynamo when we get back there, and we'll cover that as well. A familiar foe, it seems, in major moments for us. Let's hope it's another great moment again, but we'll talk about that too. But that's where we're at right now. Basically, I'm traveling. These guys are coming in kind of last second, making sure this gets going. I know Vic from the Parliament out here in Omaha wanted to be on as well tonight. We'll get him on at a later time. He was a gracious host for me when I went and visited Omaha, Union Omaha. They played against New England Revolution 2, and they got a great win. One of their boys got a hat trick. His name is Hurst. Scarf, jersey, the whole exchange. The pictures, I'll bring those up pretty soon here. But yeah, it's been a good run. We've had a good amount of brotherhood here with the Parliament out this way, and of course, Vic is a huge LAFC supporter and a supporter of the show since pretty much the very beginning. So it's been an honor. Same with Ox, getting to meet him again in Wichita. We like to see him back at home, of course, but yes, having him back here, it's just one little thing. As we do this, like I said, let's just talk about the community news and how we can celebrate that. Jason, I said it already, probably the greatest news over anything, tactics, everything, is the bank situation, right?
Yeah, it's back to 100%. Starting tomorrow, everything's pretty much open here in California, Southern California. I know because I know Dodger Stadium tomorrow. They're doing their reopening day tomorrow. I'd like to be at that, but Dodger tickets are crazy expensive. I mean, I'm not even an Angel fan, and I've already got more Angel tickets than Dodger tickets because I can't afford a Dodger game. But so that means if everything's opening up tomorrow, that means Saturday we're going to have 100% full bank, and it's going to be awesome. I'd like to be there, but we're talking baseball. Detroit Tigers are my second favorite baseball team. Detroit's going to be in town. My friends are Angel fans. The only one they can go to was Saturday. So I figure I can see LAFC 18 times a year. I could see the Detroit Tigers not that often. So I wish I'd be there, but I'm going to be there next Wednesday night. I'm going to definitely try to be there. But 100%, I mean, that means the 32-52 is going to have 32-52. And there is nothing in the league that's quite like the 32-52. And everyone says it. I mean, if you listen to any other podcasts across the league or Major League Soccer podcasts like This Week in MLS or whatever, they talk about the 32-52 when visiting teams come into town. I mean, when we're out there, we're part of it. It's always funny because you'll see visiting teams come out and do their warm-up, and they're taking like video and pictures of us. I mean, we're chanting at them, "Who are you?" And they're like, I mean, I remember Toronto doing it. I remember Montreal doing it. I remember Chicago doing it. And they're like with their phones out videoing us. I mean, that's going to be back this Saturday. So it's going to be awesome to be able to hear that, to be able to be part. I mean, those are going to be part of it. Joseph's going to be part of it. It's going to be off. It's going to be amazing.
Dude, so amazing that I just heard. I don't know if I should leak it, but beer showers may return to the North End. Don't freak out, everybody, but it sounds like beer showers are back. So,
nice.
Yeah, folks. So it's going to be even better. So basically, this is wide open. We're home, all of us, to do whatever we can to support our team. And let's be real, they need all the support they can get right now. So everyone, if you get a chance to be there, make it noisy, make it crazy. And again, remind the rest of the league who we are, right? We're the game changers. We're the wild ones. We're the ones that travel en masse. Yes, Pepsi showers. Check this out comment from Brendan here. Pepsi showers. Boom. We'll talk about that too because Pepsi, of course, is a sponsor. And if you go to your local store, you're probably going to find Pepsi bottles with, guess what? LAFC. So, yeah, thank you for the reminder there, Brendan, because Pepsi bottles are, branded with us. I think Extra Mile's got them. I'm not going to name all the stores, but we'll name a sponsor, right? Extra Mile, but go check it out. You'll definitely.
Sprouts does not have them, so Sprouts doesn't have any name brand.
Sprouts never has Pepsi, so they always have those like pure cane sugar sodas that hardly anybody wants to drink. Sorry.
Yeah, we have all that organic crap and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. And of course, I'm going to throw Brendan on there because Brendan also says Papa Ox over Ox. Dude, evil. But it's all good. Love you, Brendan. Gotta give our brother a hard time, right? Of course. Ox is like, man. So, hey, you know what else is right? You know what else is good? Mentioning Papa Ox. Ox, is he going to make it to the game this weekend?
Oh, you bet. Yeah, trust me, he's missed it. I mean, I remember just watching the games and him being home and everything too, having to watch it from home. He's like, man, when are they gonna allow us to go back, full capacity? And he just misses being with everybody. I mean, it was something he looked forward to on the weekend. So
he's always on my left, right? Yeah. Like he was always on my left, and Fresco's always on my right. Caesar's over there. Like you kind of have the neighborhood, right? And now the neighborhood is getting back together again. And that, to me, that's gonna make me cry. I think the day I'm at this game, just dude, everybody back. And then here's the even cooler thing, guys. Tailgates are basically on. So yeah, Christmas Tree Lane will be there. So get ready to go.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm tempted to drive to the bank for tailgating and then head to the Tiger game. So that's how much I miss the tailgates. Tailgates are, words can't. I remember my first one. It was it's amazing. It's like a huge family get together. That's what we are family. That's what I call our tailgates. It's just big family get-togethers. All the supporter groups out there, we're all hanging out, having a good time, eating good food, drinking, and nothing. You would think bad stuff would happen. I don't ever remember anything happening. It's always just a family atmosphere. I mean, it's great. So like I said, I'm tempted to drive just to the tailgate and then leave to get to the ball game.
I'm going to make a bet. Here. If Jason shows up at the tailgate, he's going to get a ticket and he's going to go to the game, and the Detroit Tigers can stick it, like straight up. Yeah. You're not going to go, dude. If you're there, you're there. You know this already. I mean,
yeah,
it's going to be the most intense tailgate I think that we've ever seen. Like, I know it's the first one, but there's so much energy behind this thing that everyone's going to be a little bit extra. Let's be honest. It's going to be nuts. It's going to be like, come on, it's going to be a religious situation.
Yeah, our Empire boy cook, he's already excited to cook for everybody. He's already got the menu up. He already put on our Slack page, hey, I'm cooking this. He's like, I can't wait to cook for everybody. So every tent is going to be like that. I mean, they're just
no, Ernesto with Black Army, he's taking numbers, right, Ox? You saw him, he's taking names.
It literally is like a legit family reunion.
It is. I mean, because we are family.
What's gonna happen? Yeah. I mean, everybody's gonna be there, so it is gonna be emotional. We gotta be honest with that. I mean, everybody's gonna be, crying and everything. Tears are gonna be coming out. But it's good, happy tears.
Social distancing is kind of going bye-bye, right? We're open again. So the hugs.
It's gonna be like that scene. Remember Tommy Boy when Chris Farley meets his brother? His brothers don't shake hands. Brothers hug.
It's such a North End thing too, right? I don't know how many people I've hugged in the North End and the Christmas Tree Lane, and it's just going to be more and more. It's just how it goes. Deal with it, everybody. I'm going to shout out my cousin Justin, who's actually downstairs right now, and he's got a little Ronaldo vibe going on. I can't. I love it. Yeah, if you guys saw the video, it is hilarious how he moves the Coke out of the way.
The Coke,
like,
yeah,
interesting move there, Cristiano.
Like,
and then, of course, Antonio Hernandez is throwing up the Coke showers. Not sure what kind of Coke he's talking about because we don't serve Coke, I think. But, there it is. And, of course, there you go. Reactions from Brendan. Now he's sad. Brendan, we'll get you back here. It's only a matter of time before you get to come back to the bank, and that's going to be an absolute celebration too. So it's coming. Good things are ahead, guys. Trust me, I've driven across the country. Good things are ahead. Things are opening up. It looks really cool going to games and not having to distance and actually make friends. And you'll see. It's going to be a beautiful thing. So here we are, guys. There is a match on top of it and other news. So we're going to cover that news and then get into the Houston match because, come on, that's why you guys are here. We know this already. So here we are. Outside of the match and getting there and doing what you got to do and getting your tickets, there's a fundraiser going on, right, Axe?
Yeah. It's a fundraiser.
All right, can you give us some details on that one?
Yeah, it's actually happening this Sunday. The day after the match. It's a Copa America watch party, actually. But it's pretty much with Jose Cifuentes and the Jaime and Blanca Jarin Foundation. So all that money that they raised for this event, it goes to benefiting Football Estadio, a nonprofit soccer academy in Quito, Ecuador. And the time and location for that, it's pretty much June 20th at 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. It's going to happen in Los Angeles, 4908 York Boulevard, Los Angeles, California, 90042. And for this event, pretty much it's don't think of it as you're paying for an entry kind of thing. I mean, you're paying for it, but you got to, realize that it's benefiting for something good. So the ticket for that, it's $35, but the ticket includes taco naso plate, 2 beers, and 5 raffle tickets. I'm not sure what they're raffling. I mean, they didn't really post it up, but hey, I mean, you're still helping out a good cause. And players from LAFC are going to attend. So pretty much Jose Cifuentes for sure should be there. Jesus Murillo, Pancho Guinella, and more to be announced. So that, you might get more.
Oh no, we lost him. So wait,
found it's happening.
Hey, Ox is back.
In
there he is.
And still
the
going.
House of Football.
He's still going.
So if you guys want to check it out, go to their link on Instagram. You can purchase your ticket. It's the House of Football, at the House of Football, or at the HOFLA.
Perfect. Thank you, Ox, for the information. We're if you guys can go there. I know it's the day after we're all going to be recovering, but make some amazing players, some talented players from the club, and you're supporting an excellent cause. So if you can make it, please support the cause. Other things we got to talk about, of course, is the Pepsi bottles. Again, they are hitting the shelves. Go take care of business with that. And of course, Punk, the tradition that is, give us some Black and Gold Vinyl Club minute. Give us an album here, sir.
You know what? I've really been listening to like a lot of Oi, like English punk rock. I was driving home from my daughter's karate practice today, and I was playing an Oi English punk mix, and I just thought to myself, if I lived in the UK, it would be a bad thing because I would totally get caught up in that culture, the anti-racist, anti-fascist, and soccer, the football culture. I really would. But I picked out a band called Cocksparrow. No, the name kind of sounds kind of funny, but it's kind of a British term. The album Shock Troops. It's Cocksparrow is an awesome English band. They usually when punk rock bowling is going on in Vegas, they usually don't play the festival, but punk rock bowling in Vegas has shows going around all Vegas during that weekend. They usually play at one of those clubs. Waiting to get my ticket to punk rock bowling. I'm thinking of going because that weekend the Vegas Lights are playing that weekend too, so I could probably go Friday night because Descendants are playing Friday night. I mean, shoot, I'm wearing my Descendants shirt right now. So yeah, Cocksparrow, great band. I mean, they got some pretty. I love the song "Take 'Em All." That's a fun song to listen to. But yeah, great. Just that English punk music. It's just it's awesome. I mean, like I said, I have a playlist. I think I'm pretty sure it's on my. If you go on I've shared before. If you go on my Instagram page on my profile, I have it's an Oi football punk mix, and I've actually had some guys from other podcasts from Real Salt Lake, also Phoenix Rising. They've reached out to me and said they liked the playlist. So it's kind of cool when you get these other podcasters from other teams saying, "Hey, you got a pretty cool playlist here." So, but yeah, check it out. If I always want to play at the tailgate, but it's usually other stuff playing. There's music going all around the tailgate. So
trust me, there's going to be a corner for you to do this.
Yeah,
definitely.
You got to get that LAFC boombox and play your music on there.
There we go. That sounds
right.
Good.
There were some discounts earlier on that thing, so that thing's a monster, by the way.
There really was? Is. I didn't know. I missed that.
It's what it is. There's always ways, guys. There's always
maybe
ways.
Rich can hook us up. Larry, if you guys are listening.
There it is. There it is. Love you guys.
Out of my price range.
Yeah, totally out of mine as well. I'm not going that route.
Yeah, same
they make like a smaller version of that thing. I'll probably be jumping on that thing, but not that monstrosity, dude. Like, no thanks.
But again, shout out to the Black and Gold Vinyl Club guys.
Yes,
awesome. I mean, we've just communicated through. I mean, since I think I've communicated more with people during this past year and a half than anyone else, anytime else. But it's cool. I mean, you guys, anyone can join their Discord. Just go on the Black and Gold Vinyl Club on their Instagram. And it's fun because there's all types of vinyl we talk about, not just punk music. There's hip hop, there's reggae. There's a lot of guys like reggae. There's all styles of music that we discuss and share our vinyl. And I mean, Record Store Day was this past Saturday, so I picked up a record. Some band the only reason I picked it was that I'm friends with Dr. Strange, record owner, and he recommended a record to me, so that's what I got. So never heard the band. I said, all right, I'm going to trust you.
Give it 2 weeks and it's going to be on this show. I guarantee it. Bring it. Hey, if it's good, man, it's good, right? Got to throw it out there. Show some love to the talent for sure. Well, speaking of talent, we all know that we have a relationship with Las Vegas Lights, and it's been a little bumpy, but things are showing signs of life. It's getting better. It really is. If your last time viewing it was the game against Carson 2, they don't play like that anymore. It is much better. And there's some bright spots that are quickly emerging within the squad. So I got a good chance to finally watch them play against San Antonio with my cousin Justin. You saw he's on there commenting right now. Got a chance to take a look at this match, and yeah, there's definitely things to build on, and there's guys that should probably be getting some minutes pretty soon here for the work that they're doing down there. It was a draw, 1-1, late penalty to tie the game up, but I'll be honest, they completely controlled the match. Vegas kind of owned this thing. What you do notice with Vegas is they're very young. They're very small compared to like San Antonio, who are a bunch of monsters out there, but they think a little quicker. They move a little quicker, and there was really good flow in the match. The goal he gave up was kind of a cheap corner kick goal, which we all know how those work with this side, whether it's the first team or kind of the second. We have issues with this, but after that, it was kind of the show. Now I will say that the energy player in that whole thing, the distributor, was Bryce Duke. Bryce Duke, if you watch them play, he is really establishing himself as kind of the playmaker for Las Vegas Lights, which can only mean, a payoff for us when he finally gets up here and gets to put some minutes in, because he's showing it. He's showing some growth, really well-weighted passes in the match. And it's been multiple matches where he's kind of shown to be that guy, the spark plug. So you might see some minutes with him in the near future. Don't be surprised, especially next week when we have multiple games. I think we got 3 games in like 8 days coming up here. So don't be surprised if some of the guys getting minutes at the Lights might see some time here. The other guy that really, really stood out for the Lights to me and it's almost been every game I've seen him play for them, has been Cal Jennings. Cal Jennings is legit. I got to say, there's a hunger there that we kind of been missing a little bit on the first team, that maybe a guy like him could shake things up and get something crazy going on there, because he's earning it. He's trusted with the penalty of the last game, but really, if you watch his thought process and how dangerous he can be, he's kind of a step ahead of guys in the USL. I'll be honest, he's there. It's real with him. So I'm really hoping with those two that they might earn their way to get some minutes on the first team, simply because of merit. That's what I'm seeing is merit. Romero has been settling in. He's been looking good. I would say Torres, in the minutes he got, have been, kind of up and down, but good. Promise for sure. But yeah, look out for Duke. Look out for Jennings. I think there's something there for sure this season. Hey, have you guys been able to watch any of the games? Anything stand out to you so far this year?
Yeah, I've actually watched. I didn't watch this past one, but I agree with you. For the past games that I've been watching, Bryce Duke has shown a lot. I mean, you could tell that he's putting in work. I mean, he shows so much aggressiveness, like in these games, that it's like we should be seeing him soon, hopefully, with our squad and LAFC. And as for Cal Jennings, to be honest, I think that he should be, I mean, not a starter, obviously, but
no,
I would put him in instead of Moose, because Moose really hasn't shown much, and he's getting time with us. He's gotten game time with LAFC, but Cal Jennings has shown way more, than Moose has. And Moose, when he plays for Las Vegas Lights, he really has not shown anything, to be honest. So
no, it's been rough. Like, I love Moose, but
yeah,
the production hasn't been there. I agree. At Lights, it's been kind of not good. Not what I expect from him. As opposed to like Jennings, who, let's be honest, they're kind of playing in that similar role. And you look at Duke, like, come on, there's guys in our midfield that have had some struggles this season. Pressure is needed, right?
Yeah.
And it would be good to add some pressure onto these guys. And again, we're not talking starts, we're talking just minutes. Just get these guys some minutes. They're earning it. And if you want to keep them playing like that, it pays. Like, the dividends need to be there. They're at training anyways. You don't have to loan them out every match. Yeah, I want to see them get minutes. I do. I really do. They've earned it. And with 3 games in 8 days, this period is the time that we should be seeing this. So hopefully, right, Docs? Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. And again, guys, I would say now is the time where honestly, I felt good about watching the game this last time. It was very different vibe, very different energy. So yeah, take a look at it. Take a look at it for sure. Moving on from that, I did see a comment that I wanted to mention, and that was Pablo. Pablo kind of threw out the maybe not start. Shout out to Pablo Morales. Maybe not start, but at least some minutes on Saturday. I like it. Brendan went as far as saying Cal Jennings needs to start for LAFC. I don't know, but I really like Corey Baird, what he's doing right now. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, I think everybody's kind of in the right mindset here. If things aren't going exactly the way they should, then throw pressure. Pressure is a good thing. So yeah. Other things we should say. Call-ups. Ox. Who's here? Who's actually available to play for us this weekend? We have anybody missing? Oh no, we've lost him again. Hopefully Ox can pop right back on, but I'm going to keep moving forward because that's what we do on a live show. So at this time, let's talk about the call-ups. So one, we got Palacios with Ecuador. He's over at the Copa America. We haven't really seen him feature, right? He's there. He hasn't really gotten any minutes, but who knows, right?
Yeah,
who knows?
I was looking at the lineup last time. He wasn't even in the 18 or 20 or whatever.
No, he's not dressing.
It's always disappointing when I know last season that we went through that with him and Cifuentes and even Atuesta, where these guys get called and they weren't even dressed.
No.
And it's kind of frustrating because we could totally use them, especially during that time last season. Looks like Ox is coming back. But,
Good.
It is frustrating when we lose a guy, and to me it's like a waste. Like, we're letting you guys take them and you're not using them where we could. Those are key guys on our team. It's not like a guy who goes back and forth to Vegas. These are starters. These are our main guys that we need out on the field for 75 to 90 minutes.
Right. Even worse, they go, and then last year they come back, positive for COVID so their season's pretty much shot, right? And our playoff situation, you saw how it goes. So there's always that risk, but I know most of our guys are now vaccinated, so it's kind of a different story. But still, it's going to be a process getting them back in the lineup now that they're playing international play. It's tough. If they're not playing, you really do feel, I agree, like a waste. I mean, I can't go against the player, of course. It's Copa America. Like, hopefully we see him play. And
we want them to represent their country. I mean, it takes pride. I mean, it may not be our country, but when we see one of our players representing their country, it's kind of like that parent being proud of their kid. Like, oh wow, that's our guy representing Ecuador, Colombia, Uruguay, Canada. It's awesome. We got quite a few guys representing teams all around the world. So it's we're proud of them, but like it sucks because we could definitely use them when they're not being used on their country team.
Exactly. So it's hard to see, but at the same time, their value goes up by the international appearances and all that. So the payoff is there in the long run. Speaking of guys that we really do need a payoff from, and maybe a transfer fee, that would be B-Rod. B-Rod is representing Uruguay in this tournament, so he is on the roster for them, not on the roster for us. And Jason, you mentioned Shoulder to Shoulder actually had an interview with John Thorrington, and he kind of shed some light on the B-Rod situation, right?
Yeah, I mean, I wish that was fresh in my mind. John Thorrington did mention about like trying to maybe loan him to another club, and he had mentioned something. I don't know, maybe some of our listeners listen to this podcast with John Thorrington, but he had mentioned that we could possibly get replace that third DP if he's loaned out. But then there's other stuff. I mean, MLS
like restructure the contract before the loan, right?
Yeah, MLS has got the strangest loopholes and strangest. I was listening to Cooligans today, and they were saying they were joking around because they're talking about the Miami situation. They said MLS just sets these rules up just to set teams up to fail, pretty much. It's just, they were just joking around about that. But from what he was saying, I mean, he didn't want to throw B-Rod under the bus at the time, but he did say, well, if he comes back, then he's back. But I mean, we've all heard how he really doesn't want to play here. To me, like his attitude
doesn't feel like
is
it.
not.
Nope.
Yeah, I don't think he wants to be here. I don't think he'd give 100% for Bob or anyone actually for this team. To be honest, I mean, we want players who want to play for our crest, not for
exactly
their Instagram photos and their, for themselves. And I mean, even when B-Rod was over in Spain right now, I mean, to me, it's like if you followed him on Instagram, you think, is this guy a male model or is he a footballer? It's always just poses
something
and
not quite right.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So, I mean,
it's a sad situation, to be honest, because he is a talented player, just hasn't really fit with us, and now it's an issue of he has his DP contract, and when you're a DP player, it's a different expectation from everybody. You have to be the game changer, and he's not. So if you're going to not be the game changer, then a DP contract isn't quite appropriate, and I think that's the situation we're in. We made the investment, and it didn't work out, so you got to cut your losses as best you can, move on, rebuild your squad, and keep going, because Rossi's not going to be here forever. Atuesta's not going to be here forever. Vela's not going to be here forever. The rumors of Rossi's already out there.
Everton.
You got to start pulling triggers because, if he heads to England, now where are we at? You got one DP who hasn't been able to play consistent minutes for an entire year. It gets a little scary. So something's got to give. Something has to happen. So we'll see. Let's hope for the best. That's really where we're at on this case, and maybe a restructured contract and a loan might work out. Let's pray for it, because this team really needs that spot. Critical. The other player that's going to be gone for this match is going to be Mark Anthony Kaye, because I believe he has a game tomorrow, right? I think
yes,
that's what's
tomorrow
on.
against Haiti in Chicago. So because Canada still got really strict COVID restrictions, so but
I mean they're in Chicago though, so that kind of helps a little bit. But do you really think that a player that's playing on a Tuesday, right? I mean, I'm looking at that right, is going to be available to play it? Yeah, it's going to be sketch. So
and
you're going to have a limited player.
He played this past Saturday too.
Yeah. And he's going to start again because he's a starter for that side. There's no question. So is he going to be in shape to do so? We shall see, right? I don't think he'd start if that's the case. I mean, that doesn't make much sense to me. Maybe limited minutes later in the game. Bob does have a preference for him. So, don't be surprised to see him get limited minutes. It does open up something interesting. We'll talk about the lineup. But, yeah, it's again, call-ups, if they're playing, it's good. It's good for everybody. Everybody wins. If they're not playing, it's not good for anybody. So that is the case. Now, let's move into the Houston preview now that we're talking about it. Houston so far this season, we have played them. We have drawed against them. I think Ox is coming back, so I'm going to try to get him in because he wanted to give me some heads up on Houston. Hey, Ox, can you hear us okay now, man?
Yeah, I can hear you. My bad.
All right. So you've done a little bit of homework on Houston, right? How are things going over there?
Well, for their last match against, as they played Kansas City, they lost. First half, they were putting in work. I mean, they were doing good. But for some reason, second half came in and they started falling apart. So, I mean, we're used to playing these guys. So, I mean, we know how they play. Well, we should know how they play. But last match I believe they ended the game at 3-2. So it was a close match. Like I said, first half was good, but second half fell apart, and hey, they ended up losing the game. So hey, it is what it is.
Yeah, it was a rough one. They play against SKC. They open up the scoring, but then they give up like a really amazing Busio like goal, right? And they kind of give this one up. They lose track of the match, and it just costs them, and they don't keep up with SKC. And when you play SKC, it's a hard team to get a full 90 in. So it was a situation. Now, were they out of that game? Were they getting pushed from the game? No. It was just that SKC, they earned the momentum and they took the match. I mean, no bad luck. It's just SKC was better on the day. Sad news for them, good news for us, because now they have to bounce back from that hot mess of a match. And unfortunate situation, but that's where they're at now. Right now, they are basically 3-2-3 on the season. They have 11 points. They're sitting in 5th place. That's right, they're above us. Jay, you can walk by. It's okay, man. Okay, I'll see you. There you go. Say hi to everybody. Say hi to everybody. This is Justin, my cousin.
Hello.
He's a little scared to be on camera, but dude, he's amazing. He knows he's been in the stands. Ox knows him. You know how that goes. Yeah, dude. You're good, Jay. You're good. But Houston, they're barely above 500, you could say. They're holding a playoff spot. We're not. 11 points on the season. They're -1 because their goal difference is whack. It's 11 goals for, 12 goals against. And not that many games, -1. So they're getting production. That is what they're getting. The only problem is that their defense leaks goals like crazy, just like the last one. They couldn't hold the pressure, and it kind of fell apart in that situation. We're not that far apart from them, though. We're 2-2-3, 8 goals for, 9 goals against. -1, 8 points. That puts us in 9th place, so we're chasing these guys. But with a win, hey, there we are. Now we're going to have probably a better goal differential, obviously, because if we defeat them, and it changes the goal differential. So we'd actually leapfrog back into a playoff spot if we get the win, potentially. So it's an important match all the way across the board for everybody. Now, it's been good, it's been bad, it's been ugly for these guys. A lot of ups and downs. They're sitting 7th in goals scored in the league. Like I said, they produce. But here's the tough part. They have no wins in their last 10 road matches. So you're dealing with a team that really struggles on the road. Even when they look promising, like the last match, they just aren't getting it done on the road. And now they come into the bank that's now full again with what we do. Yeah, Ox, how do you think that's going to sound to these guys, right?
Yeah, it's going to be... They're going to get scared, man. It's going to give them jitters, if you say. It's going to affect them. Mentally, it's going to affect them. I mean, come on, hearing the whole stadium, it's going to be a good match for us.
And they've got 3 matches in 8 days, just like us. They have a tight schedule. They've played one more game than most of the teams. That's also what you've noticed there, too. So they're in a real pressure situation, coming off of a long layoff just like us. And there's some roster shuffling going on. One player, Jason, who might not be there by the time things kick off this weekend.
Yes, our old friend Christian Ramirez. Believe it or not, he is the club in Scotland, Aberdeen, wants him. They're the only thing that's going on right now. There's an article. It's on the dailyrecord.co.uk. It's a UK website. So the article mentions that Christian Ramirez, the paperwork, the only thing that's going on, the fees have gone through. They're just waiting for his work permit to be sanctioned so he could play in Scotland. So that's it. So I'm surprised that he's going over there, but I mean, we do wish him. I mean, we wish him the best. I mean, I think he was not being. I think he was being underused in Houston. I don't think it was his.
It's the system.
It's the system. There we go. That's where I was looking for. I don't think it was his system. I think when it's his system, he can succeed. I think we've seen that in other players throughout our history too. Horta was a problem, but I think it was the system again. It just same thing with Rodriguez. B-Rod's a perfect example of that too. So I think Christian Ramirez going to Scotland, he's far from home. He's an LA boy. He's from out here. That's why he enjoyed playing out here. I mean, he was watching the team celebrate when we won the Supporters Shield. He was out in the corner watching. So going to Scotland,
he's one of our own. Historically, he is one of our own, and you have to give him credit for that. He was one of the guys that got us through that Supporters Shield, and he was a contributor during that season. So Yeah, you don't denigrate the guy. He put in work for our club. We had to make a move. We made a move. It's just interesting that it's not even a rumor anymore. Aberdeen's like made the offer. Apparently, MLS has said, "Cool." It's the UK work permit situation. Which, if you guys know the history of UK work permits, there has to be like a cap situation, and then it's a chaos situation. So, if he's not a full-time national player, which let's be honest, he's not, it can get a little bit sketch. So let's see if it works itself out. It's kind of rough. Again, he's not in the cards to be a starter, especially against us. Yeah, I mean, I wish him nothing but the best. I think you guys do as well. If he can get to Aberdeen, good for him. It's a nice way to send things off for the rest of his career, to get some time in Europe. And Scotland's a pretty cool league to be a part of. It's, a little rough side, so it's fine. I dig it. Aberdeen's got one of the coolest crests around too, so I dig it. It's a little different, but I dig it.
I'm happy he didn't go to Carson. He didn't go to Carson. I was listening to a couple months ago on MLS Weekly.
Man.
They were talking about, Christian Ramirez would be a great fit with the Galaxy. And I was like, it would just kill me if he went there and like scored a goal against us to win the game or something. That was my thought. I was like, oh gosh, I don't want him to go to Carson.
Nah, he never played for Chivas USA, so it's kind of dimming his chances of going there. Truth, right? Not lying. Yeah. No, we know who's saving them now. All good. So the other guy I wanted to mention, of course, was Fafa Pico, and we'll talk about the lineup. But to me, he's their chance creator, and he is their leading chance creator. He's trouble for us as well. It kind of cost us, right, guys? So watch out for him. Their system is similar to ours. Sounds funny, but it is. They actually play a 4-3-3, right? It does change around a bit. And let me mention who you might see. Now, the one guy that we all know is going to be out there if he's healthy is going to be Urruti, which, from what I understood, he's going to be fine for this match. So Urruti will be up top for them in the middle. No question about that. Pico will be out on the left. That's what he does. That's what he plays. Could there be a switch around to the right? Maybe. I know he's capable of that. Rodriguez might be on the right. But also Pasher, who scored against us the last time we played, could be there. So there's a little movement there on the right wing. So we're not 100% certain who we'll see on the right wing. Midfield, you have Corona on the left. I think that's kind of a given, right, guys? You're not shocked if that happens.
Yeah, I was going to mention
it's either. Yeah, dude, I mean, he is who he is. He's a great player. He's had a good career so far. He's still dangerous. So you have Corona there. Then you have either Jones or Vera. That's going to be in your central mid. Yeah, they use Jones against SKC, so we'll see what happens there. But Vera against us. Yeah, so there's a little movement there. And then the right mid, it could be Vera or Rodriguez. So if Pasher plays, Rodriguez might drop back, and Vera could move to the middle. So there's a little movement there. The back line seems pretty settled. You got Lundqvist on the left, Garcia and Parker in the middle. Yeah, and then Maric, the goalkeeper, will be doing his thing in goal. By the way, that guy's had. Did you guys see that one mistake he made against Colorado?
No,
probably one of the worst goals I've ever seen that a goalkeeper gave up. You gotta go, just look it up. Go Colorado versus Houston highlights and have a great laugh at this guy's expense, because I pray he makes a mistake like that. The way we pressure, I pray for it. We need it. We need it. So, Monic, if you're listening, we need the donation. Okay, it's good. Perfection. So, otherwise he's decent, but yeah, one heck of a howler. He's not that great with his feet. What can you say? So yeah, that's for sure. So that's kind of the Houston setup. Now, for me, I know what Houston brings to the table. There's not a shock to what we're going to do. The story is going to be us, right? The black and gold. That's going to be the story. Outside of the crowd, it's going to be us. And now that we know that Max probably not in the lineup, and we know that Palacios ain't in the lineup, there's now openings. So I'll throw it to you guys. What are you going to see in this lineup? What are you predicting for this 4-3-3 setup? Because, come on, let's be honest, it's going to be the 4-3-3. I don't think we're shocked by that, right?
No. That's Bob's system. We already know that.
We know it's going to be. So Sis is in goal. We know who's in the middle, right?
Yeah.
Right.
I think to be honest, I'd rather see Farfan either way over Palacios. That's my opinion.
He's been playing better. We lost a lot. Ox will jump back in. So yeah, I agree. Yeah, Farfan's been legit at left back. I know the one criticism that we have for him is he doesn't bomb up forward enough. He doesn't create enough chances from his side.
Yeah.
But I don't care about chances if you're shutting things down. I really don't. We have the other side that can do what it does. So I'd rather like settle our defensive situation first. Right? Defense first, offense second. That's my mindset. That's my philosophy. I don't know if that's ours, but it is what it is. So Farfan to me, I think is kind of a blessing in disguise, you could say. And there's no question it's going to be Farfan out there. What about the right back situation? What do you think we're going to see there?
Replacing Mac.
Yeah.
I mean, the thing for that, I mean, can we really see Janela coming in and, maybe mixing things around? I know we're going to have Sifu in there. And
could Blessing
obviously
be out there doing that? Like, do you think?
I would maybe. I'm gonna say maybe, but for the past games, I've been liking him coming in as a sub. I know people. I've heard people say that they like him coming in, as a starter. But to me, I like him coming in as a sub because he has that energy that he could provide when the other team's already gonna be tired. So for us, that works on it works for us on our advantage, bringing him with the energy that he brings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Blessing off the bench.
I mean, it could be Blessing.
You want to throw in a dark horse? Could it be Bryce Duke? Could this be that moment?
I think we'll see Duke definitely on the Wednesday night game, since we had the 3 games in 8 days. But I mean, with Blessing coming in off the bench, I definitely prefer that because he's like, I remember the old Super Mario Brothers when you get that little star thing and you just be able to have all that energy for like, that's Blessing.
That's Blessing as a sub.
Yeah, he's as a sub. Yeah. He comes in and when we need it, and it's great because I mean he can run through a tired defense, and I think he's more effective off the bench than as a starter. I mean, I know he would probably prefer starting, but I see him more effective coming off the bench because he's just. I mean, if you watch him warm up, I mean, he's just looking. He just wants to get out there, and once he gets out there, he's a spark plug, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that's where he's best. So the question is it going to be Janela or Duke? You know what, Tuesto's out there, and Cifuentes is out there. So who's that other guy?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, that's the
Who
question.
else can you think of in that position besides Janela or Duke? If it's not going to be Blessing.
Yeah.
There's your choices. I know. So, replace K. We hear it all the time. Okay, well, now you get your chance.
Well, I mean, especially for Janela, because we haven't really seen him out there, and for what we're paying for him,
he's not featuring for Vegas anymore.
Yeah, you think he'd be out there putting in some work to get that money?
Well, I mean, yeah, to me, he's that resale value, right? That's why you pay what you pay for a guy like that. You know what the resale value is going to be because he's quality.
Hey, but he has potential. He has exactly. He just hasn't been able to show it. That's the problem.
Well, has he fit? So, I mean, that's been the hard part. Has he really fit the 3-man system? Or do you think Bob's going to switch up the 3-man because of this situation? It gets interesting there too.
I don't see Bob ever changing that 4-3-3. Bob is so. I mean,
he did tweak things a bit in past matches, so.
But eventually, it went back to the 4-3-3.
It always, that's
the
default. Now, I think the front line's not even a debate, right? I mean, Baird's out there, Rossi's out there, Vela's out there. Could you see anything else coming from that lineup?
No, that's a given right there. I mean, when those 3 are healthy, they're going to be the starting 3. Hopefully, Vela can come back. We definitely need Vela to be back in Vela form.
Exactly. He hasn't been 100%. There's no question. He's been easing easing back into the lineup. So no question about that, of course. So tell me, what's he going to be? Throw it out to the comments. I see the comments starting to flow.
Yeah,
we'll talk about those
I'm reading
now.
Brendan. I'm reading
Dude,
Brendan's
yeah, I'm going to throw
comment.
them up here right now. We'll give the comments for sure. So, yeah, our lineup, I think Blackman, of course, on the right. There's no question in the back. I don't think that's moving either. The other thing is Kim Moon-Hwan, if he is available, you could see him moving into a midfield role as well.
Yep.
Don't be surprised by that. But yeah, the whole question is who replaces K, since now everybody's, not everybody's, but a lot of people's wish seems to be in front of them right now. So I got to hear it from everybody else. The guys I've been hearing making all that noise about that, like, hey, well, what's your alternative? Give me a good alternative, because that's now where we're at. It's reality now. So, interesting times for us. Our midfield will look a little different. I think everything else will look pretty typical outside of Farfan on the left. There's no question there. So, to me, the biggest concern I have going into this is it's been mid-game management. I think we got outplayed. Out coached a bit against New York City. They kind of called their punches before they happened. Made the substitutions just like they say we were going to do, and we weren't ready for those. And we chased the game from that point forward. I really hope that we're on the front foot in the changes this time. It shouldn't be us, a crazy little podcast, calling things before they happen, and our club not even looking like they're ready for it. Like, that's a little scary, but we're here now. So let's see what we do in this. We know Houston is not a question. So let me throw it back to what everybody's saying in the comments here now that we've talked about Houston. So I'll bring it back a little bit. And we talked about Jennings already. Brendan's comments again. Throw them out here. We love them. So one thing Brendan said, the more they start for the country, the more that we can sell them for. Exactly, sir. He's talking about transfers. I like this one. He's talking about Brian Rodriguez. Load him to Vegas. I thought that was pretty funny from the man. I've said that too in my vindictive way.
Are you
well,
sure
you don't
you
want
want to load him to Vegas?
But could you imagine B-Rod in Vegas?
We're just gonna see nonstop selfies, bro. Like,
yeah.
Well, is he even 21 yet? It's like,
no, he's
even
20.
20, yeah.
He's gonna get carded, 20. Man. Like, that's just torture. Double torture. There you go. Pablo, love you, man. I think everything depends on Rossi. If Rossi goes to England, Brian will most likely be back. If Rossi stays, you might see Brian go on another loan. I think that's true. I still feel that probably, I don't want to be that guy, but we could be seeing both move on after this. We'll see what happens. I prefer to keep Rossi for the season and let's win an MLS Cup, but build around that. But reality is reality, right? It's business. We've got Brendan saying, hope we sell Rossi, but keep him on loan till the end of the season. Wouldn't that be nice? I don't think it's reality, though, but that would be cool. Pablo says, I don't see that happening. It's one of those bad things about having a season out of sync with the rest of the world. Yeah, we lose people mid-season to make money. It's the hard reality of having our odd season, but you play in the middle of winter in the United States. It ain't a great place to play in the middle of winter. So there it is. Other things. Oh, yeah. Is Austin going to win their first home game this weekend? My question is Austin going to offer people a decent ticket price when they travel there? I'm not going to feature anything related to Austin as they're ripping off supporters throughout the league, including our own. It's classless. It goes against the culture. Yeah. It's a loser move, and it's, I don't want to name that owner because he's not worth the naming of that owner, but he's showing its true colors yet again after pretty much wrecking Columbus. He's up to no good again. So we have no love for you, sir. We think it's sad that you're doing what you're doing, but charging nearly $80 for a supporter section ticket is absurd. So you don't get it. You never did. Brendan says 433 is now known as the Bob. I agree. It is the Bob. We know what it is. We shouldn't know it that well, but we do. I think we're all kind of hoping that somehow, some way he jumps into this shocking move and throws something new out there and does like a Brian Schmetzer and completely just throw the paper in the air and move on, right? But we haven't seen it yet. Brendan brings up San Diego Aztecs just signed an MVFC youth player who started. Yeah, so one of your boys came out this way. Good stuff. Good stuff. So that's what we've seen so far. Anybody has any more comments, throw them our way. I throw it to you guys. I don't throw predictions, but do you see a good bounce back performance from our boys this week? And I'll start with you, Ox.
Hopefully, I see it happening. I mean, especially with everybody coming back, and they're gonna see, hear that noise that needs to be made in the stadium by our supporters and the fans out there. So hopefully that gives them that extra push. I mean, we've won against these guys, so it shouldn't be hard for our guys to be able to achieve that victory over them. So
right,
I'm hoping
2 weeks is a blessing, right?
Yeah, I mean, they got a good break, and let's hope that mentality's there that they could push through and get us that win. I mean, we need to win. We need those wins, especially with these past games. So hopefully this vacation helped them out. I think Vela, I seen some post with his wife or something. I think he's in Vegas or on vacations. So let's see where his mind is at. But I'm predicting that we'll see, hopefully, a lot more better play than we were seeing in the past games.
Exactly. I expect that too. Jason, what is your take? What do you think we're going to see from our guys this weekend?
Yeah, I just kind of piggyback on what Ox said. I think having the 32-52 back in a full stadium is really going to kind of inspire our boys. We saw it happen in a couple games at home this season that we lost our last home game. Mm-hmm. But we have one of the best home field advantages in the league, and it's because of our supporters and of our fans. And like I was mentioning earlier, I mean, you listen to podcasts throughout the league, MLS podcasts, they talk about the 32-52 all the time. And it's such a key part of having let's see. Okay, seeing Brendan's comment. What percentage do you give that Punk will be at the game? I give it 95%. I definitely will probably be at the ball game because I got other people depending on me because we're meeting up at the stadium. In fact, one guy is meeting at my house to go to the game, so I can't put them down. I would love to be there. That was my plan, but like I said, when your friends want to do that, you're like, all right. But I think having the crowd back and that, I think the break actually helped us. Sometimes breaks kind of are not good for us. I think this particular break was very helpful. We needed it. We needed some rest. We needed to get our kind of mind back together, especially after that New York City FC game. That game hurt.
It was a dog.
That game was. And that was another game that I came home from work at 11 o'clock at night, put it on, and I was like, man, I stayed up to 1 o'clock in the morning for this crap. I was like, not happy.
Yeah, no.
But
that's probably the most disappointing game I've ever attended because it was one we threw away. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. So on that note, as we're closing things out, I know, guys, we've got through another episode here as remote as possible, cross country. It's
3 different states
over where I'm at right now, right? 3 states. So you got Kansas, California, and Nebraska in the mix tonight. So guess what we get to do now, guys? Ox, you're in the tradition, so I'm going to make you start it, but this is your final thought. So collect yourself and provide it, sir. Final thoughts, sir.
Well, first of all, I want to say thanks for having me on. So, I've been wanting to be on the show, but didn't really know, when I'd be on. No, but
right.
Yeah. No, I mean, like I said, I appreciate you having me on, and it's good seeing you guys. Glad you're enjoying your vacation. Coming to an end. But hey, seeing your post and Sandy's post, it looks like you guys have been having a lot of fun. I mean, hey, gotta make it worth your while, right? So,
right.
No, I just wanted to say it's good to be able to see that, everybody's going to be back at the bank. Especially I'm more excited for my dad. Like I said, he's missed being out there at the stadium, at the games. And I know he's excited, because trust me, he would ask me every time there was going to be a match, hey, is a ticket in the, do we have a ticket? I'm like, hey, no. But now they've been put into the, since he's a season ticket holder, he has them in his account. So, that's what I'm more excited about for my pops, that he's going to be able to watch a match. And he's actually coming out here in August. So that's a good thing. As for me, I'll be heading out to the.
Oh man, we just lost him, guys.
Sweet.
Let's see if he's gonna pop back.
So
there he is. You're back on.
Excited about that. Other than that, I like to say, hopefully I get to see you guys all soon at the bank. And hey, take care of yourself. And for our boys, the message out there for Bob, put in that work, guys. It shows when you guys are trying and when you're not. Like, you gotta play with heart. And that's what we want as supporters. We want that because we're there for you. And we expect that, as a return, we expect you guys to play and get that win for us. So, hey, sometimes it doesn't happen and sometimes it does. But as long as you guys put in that work and play with heart, actually play for that crest, that's what matters to us the most, is that you guys show that. So, let's get that win, start getting some wins. And like I said, hopefully I get to see all of you soon. And if anybody's coming to the Kansas City game, say what's up. Let's hang out a little bit. So, hey.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Fantastic ground, by the way. If you can get to Kansas City to watch a game, it's honestly worth it. It's a really, really beautiful place to watch a game. So, agreed, man. I got a chance to go out there. And on this road trip, we actually drove past. I showed the wife because it's a great place to see a game. So, if you're going out there, good things. I think you're going to see a lot of people going traveling everywhere now that things are opening back up. So, good stuff, Ox. We can't wait to see you back here again, man. Thank you, brother.
Thanks.
Jason, it is your turn, sir. Final thought of the day.
All right. Well, again, pleasure to be on all the time. Nice to be on vacation the next 2 weeks, get away, get some rest, and just be with my daughters. And those of you who are out there, just spend time with your family. I know we're talking about our 3252 family, but don't neglect your real family. And as I was talking about Wednesday's game, I just remember my daughters usually have karate on Wednesday, and they always ask me if I'm not working to be at their karate practice, which ends at 6:30. So I'm like, and yet that's more important because the look on their faces, they look over and see dad at the practice. You can't pay money for that. So now I think about, shoot, man, I'll be able to make it that Wednesday game. But and if you're going out to the game, have a good time. Tailgating, just enjoy it. It's been too long, and it's going to be. Eventually, when I get back, this will be great. I mean, I did get to go to one game during quarantine, and it was cool. And you were talking about the beard showers. Just a shout out to the 3252 that was there. We were told strictly by our supporter group leaders, do not do beard showers. And everybody, I mean, when I was at the game I went to, there was no beard showers. So we listened to the rules, and it's like, might have them back. But if they say no, don't do it. Just obey the rules. But again, if perhaps you're driving out to the game right now, listen to this on the way to the game. Enjoy the game, have fun, and it's going to be nice. I'm so excited. I'm excited just to be able to watch the game on TV and just see the stadium full and hear the crowd, because it was cool. Like last year, hearing Bob yell over and over again, all you heard was Bob. That was cool, but just being able to hear the crowd, even every sport right now, any sport I watch right now, it's great just to hear the crowd. Even a baseball game, just hearing the crowd talking in the background. You're you don't have that. It's just great. It's terrible when you don't have that. It's hard to watch. I'll be honest. There's a lot of sports I quit watching because there was no crowds. It was just. It was not the same. So, have fun Saturday. I can't believe. This was a crazy year and a half, and
homecoming.
Yep. Yeah, it's gonna be. So you guys have a good time, and when I finally get out there, we'll hug.
Exactly. So that brings it to me. I did want to bring up Carlos C, because he gave some last-second comments. He did say he didn't see an English playing team playing 10 million plus for Rosie and loaning him out. I agree. And then I like this question. We're going to leave this because we're going to actually do another early week episode next week. Probably 2 episodes next week since I'll be back home. And we have 2 games next week. So count on 2 Heart of LAFC episodes next week. That's you heard it from me. So he says this. He says, what would Thornton do with potentially 2 open DP slots? So I actually I'm going to shoot that out to all of you, the listeners of this show, to my crew that I have on right now, and to myself. That's going to be a conversation for either Monday or Tuesday, hopefully Monday next week, to preview the Dallas match. That's a great conversation piece. So thank you, Carlos, for bringing that out. We are going to cover that in the next episode, I guarantee.
Check out the Shoulder podcast. Thornton does talk about that. So he does talk about that. So shout out to the Shoulder. They had John Thornton on recently. Check out that episode. Those guys did a great job. But they did a great interview, John Thornton, and he did talk about that briefly. So you may have the answer to your question right there. But check out John Thornton's
interview. Yeah. We'll discuss it next week. All right, so it's time for me to give my final thought. First thing I'm going to do is, of course, send all my love and my birthday wishes to my daughter, Astrid. It's her 8th birthday today.
Hey, happy birthday.
Closing out barely last few moments in Nebraska. We went to the Henry Dorley Zoo and had an amazing day. So happy birthday to my daughter, Astrid. I also want to give a shout out to Victor and the Parliament of Union Omaha. After their gutsy win and amazing hospitality. I love the highlighter green jersey that I now have from Union Omaha. By the way, the designer of their kit, like their crest, the owl, same guy that designed the LAFC crest, so it's pretty cool. I will say that it's nice. Scarf and all. You'll see the pictures. I'll post them up this week. But yeah, shout out to Victor for all of his amazing hospitality. And of course, everyone that I've run across, especially my brother Ox, meeting him in Wichita. And I'm probably going to see probably somebody else in the football world on my way home. But dude, shout out to everybody and their amazing hospitality on this road trip. And finally, to all of you who are actually going to be there at the game after a long, torturous wait. Over a year of this madness, we're home, guys. And since we are home, let's treat the cathedral the way we should. Give everything you have, give it out the right way. Don't mess it up and burn everything out at the tailgate. We need your energy in stadium because the boys need your energy more than anything else. And we need your energy because we feed off of that. So if you're going, give your all. This is the day. Treat it like a playoff game. You are the leaders in this league when it comes to active. I don't care what anybody says. You are. So I expect nothing less. I know what you guys are going to bring, and it's going to be a beautiful thing. On that note, again, thank you, Ox. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, everybody who's listening, especially that crazy guy, Brennan, in Australia. Love you, brother.
Yeah, happy birthday again.
You do. Yeah, and happy birthday to Bam, too. He shares the birthday with my daughter, so happy birthday to you, sir, as well. On that note, like I said, do your best. Show what you do. Represent the city the way you should always do. And, of course, stay golden.
Thank you for listening to the Heart of LAFC. Make sure to leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Stitcher. Shoulder to shoulder, the black and gold is taking over.